Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to our video. In today's video, we're going to be going over the top 10 most underrated cars in driving empire. Anyways, let's get right into it. Okay, so at number 10, we have this classic Porsche. It's from 2008, and it's not too old, but it's still kind of old. Basically, the reason why this one's kind of special is because it's very similar to the Porsche that's in crates. So if you didn't know, there's a Porsche in crates. It's like a heritage edition, and this is just the older version of it. So if you want to save some Robux, just go ahead and buy this one. It looks very similar to the one in the crate. Okay, at number 9, we have this Porsche Taycan hatchback. Now, this one's pretty underrated in my opinion. I never see anyone with it. It's got all opening parts, and honestly, it's a pretty fun car to take off-roading. I don't know why more people don't buy it. It's only $200K, and you can actually do quite a bit with it. You can take it off-roading, pretty decent at some races because it's electric, but it isn't the best, but it still is fun to use and can be used as a roleplay car. Okay, at number 8, we have the Dodge ViperACR. Now, this thing's pretty underrated because it has some very nice handling and it also looks phenomenal. It's got this huge wing and it handles at 70%, which is pretty good. It's only $200K, so honestly, if you want a car that's good for the circuit race but still looks really good, go ahead and get this. Okay, now at number 7, we have the Porsche GT2 RS. Now, this thing has a phenomenal interior. Now, back when this car was released, there wasn't opening doors, so there was no need to optimize the interior. Now, once this gets a remodel, the interior will probably get a bit downgraded, but for now, it's got a super insane, very detailed interior. It's hard to showcase, but if you look in there, that's one of the most detailed interiors in the game. I highly recommend getting this if you love attention to detail. At number 6, we have the Mercedes SLR Black Series, and this thing looks phenomenal. Now, a big YouTuber, Shmi, has it, so you could do his spec. I think his is like dark blue, I'm pretty sure, and his rims are silver. So, you know, you can make some YouTuber spec. You could also do your own spec. I love the gull-wing doors on this car personally, and I just don't see many people with this car. It's got a phenomenal sounding exhaust, so I highly recommend you check it out. Okay, at number 5, we have the Porsche Carrera GT. Now, not many people own this, so not a lot of people know about it, but it's actually a pretty cool car. You can take off the top and put up the spoiler, which makes it look very different from this, and once you do that, it can turn into like a pretty cool roadster car. I personally used to own it, and I enjoyed it for that, but I don't know if a lot of people enjoy taking the top off on this car, but I personally do. Now, at number 4, we have this car. I'm not too sure of the real-life name, but in my opinion, this looks better than the limited version of it. Now, if you didn't know, there is a limited version, and it's got a weird-looking roof scoop. This roof scoop looks way better than the limited version, in my opinion. Now, some people might call this car ugly, but personally, I actually find it quite nice-looking. It's got almost all opening parts, very detailed engine in the back, though. That's another good factor about this car. It's also got some really nice rims on it, and the interior is super detailed. Okay, at number 2, we have this old Porsche 911. Now, I'm not too sure of the real-life name, but it looks super cool in game. Now, many people don't own this because there was a limited version of it, but in my opinion, this looks better than the limited version because, like, no one buys this, so that makes it rare. It's got a really nice two-tone interior, as you can see, and it's just like a lower version of the limited one. It looks super cool in my opinion, and I highly recommend you check it out. It's got a very nice detailed engine as well. That's just one of the many factors that makes this car amazing. Okay, so at number 2, we have the Aston Martin 177. Now, this thing is not the best with its handling and performance, but it is super good with its looks, and it makes a phenomenal drift car. Because of the way, like, the body is, where most of the weight's at the back, it actually makes it really good at drifting. It's also super fun to drive around and go on cruises in, and it's just overall a phenomenal looking car, so I highly recommend you check this out. Okay, number 1, we have the Pagani Utopia. Now, there's a few things you have to do to make this car look cool. Now, there's a body kit that makes the top carbon fiber. That's what makes it look way better, and honestly, that's what changes the car in my opinion. Now, it does cost $5 million, but if you have the money, I recommend checking this out and putting on that body kit. It does have all opening parts, a super detailed engine, and a phenomenal interior model. Just take a look at how good detail is on that. Okay, so those are the top 10 most underrated cars in driving empire. Comment down below if you think I missed any. Anyways, I'll see you all in the next video. Peace!